Hey everyone! Happy Wednesday! It's team call night. So for August, I didn't have all the team calls planned out. Last week, we had a really amazing call. It was all about follow-ups and the power of follow-ups. Right now, we're in the middle of Team Cup. Follow-ups really matter because follow-ups are what sell. So if you haven't watched our live call on following up, go ahead and watch that on this channel because it's an amazing video. I'm going to start compiling playlists where I think certain information that goes together should be together on a playlist. So if you're a new coach or even a veteran coach looking for a video, you can find these playlists and it's very organized. I do have some playlists on this channel already on YouTube. This is our channel YouTube page where I did all of the books that we read together as a team. I did put some of those on a playlist, so you can catch that. I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes for people to hop on and see that I'm live, because sometimes it takes a minute for people to see. Hey, okay, I can see you're hopping on, so please comment in the chat box as you're hopping on and say who you are, because I can't see everybody's name on StreamYard. But I have slides, so I needed StreamYard. I couldn't just go live directly. I'll give another minute or so. I know it takes a minute for you guys to figure out that I'm around. Kicking it. Hi! It just says Facebook user. Who's that hi from? So I can say hi back to you. Just wait and see if I get any messages or make sure you guys can hear me and see me clearly. What up, Tanya? There we go. Now they're starting to trickle in. Okay. So last week, first call of August, we talked about following up. So important, so incredibly important. Please watch that video if you missed that video to understand the significance of why following up is so important and the mindset to have with following up. This call, what's up, Susie? Hi, Sable. This call is an Emerald Rally call. What is that? Well, we're going to talk about Emerald, obviously, but I shared Christina Delgado's National Wake Up Call from Monday in this team page and in the Voxer thread if you're in our business building Voxer thread. And she talked about the things that she's doing in her team that's working really well. And one of the things that she talked about, which we have noticed, is that the algorithm inside of groups just isn't working very well. So people are not getting information, they're missing things. So she is running a lot of pods, like messenger thread groups, Voxer groups, etc. I moved our business builders to a Voxer thread because I am building my business a lot on Instagram. So having just a Facebook Messenger thread doesn't really work for me anymore. A lot of those people do not even have a Facebook page. So Voxer is now the neutral place where all the business building coaches, meaning actively inviting, actively running groups, they have a bot group open, etc. They're looking to rank advanced, they're in that group. So even if you're a brand new coach and you just came on, if you're a business builder, you're welcome to join that Voxer thread as well, okay? Hi, it just says Facebook user. I don't know who that is. It sucks when I can't see your names. Like I can see Sable and Susie's names. I think it's because you have to give StreamYard permission to show your name. So if StreamYard asks you, like, do we have permission to show your name? That would be the only way I can actually see your name on this sharing app that I'm using. So she talked about Emerald Rally calls, and I was like, you know, it's been a while since I've done something like this, and really talked about the significance of Emerald and why it matters so much. And so today there's a little bit of a video, there's a little bit of just slides that I made quickly, because we do have a lot of new coaches and veteran coaches who want to reclaim their Emerald or maybe hit Emerald for the first time. So this is really a call to help you get behind the energy of that rank and the significance of that rank for your business as a business owner. And for me, I talked about this in my stories today about the power of embodiment, of feeling in your body the accomplishment of the thing that you want to have. What I have learned in my years of studying metaphysics and in my years of really studying achievement via law of attraction, is that when a goal remains a mental exercise, when a goal remains something that you think about and that in your head you're like, that would be nice, I would like that so much, I wish, I hope, I dream, but it never comes into the body and it never feels like a certainty, then it takes a long time for that goal to come to pass until it becomes an embodied goal. Like for myself, I have had this dream of our team being a 5-star diamond team for years. I've had that dream for years. 2.5 years actually was when the original time that I set that goal. But for the past 2.5 years, it's been just a thought of like, oh, I would love that to be the case. That would be so exciting. You know, I would love to celebrate that, but I didn't have a feeling about it. There was no emotive energy behind it. There was no energy. So Shell's saying this has made a huge difference in how I function embodiment. Yes. So the other day I was having a conversation with my husband about his job and some things that he's going through, and I was comparing it to our team and some of the things that we are all going through as business owners. And I mentioned that goal. I said, you know, yeah, it's just like my goal of being a 5-star diamond team. And when those words came out of my mouth, I was covered in chills from head to toe. And there was a very visible, it's happening now, it was a very physical response in my body of alignment. Those chills is a message of alignment. That's typically a message of embodiment and alignment. And that was the first time I'd ever felt that. And then later on in the conversation, I brought it up again and it happened again. And I was like, okay, this isn't random. Like, obviously this is a message. This is an energetic message of the universe, the field, telling me that I have come to a point where I have brought it into my body and it now feels like a certainty, like a destiny, instead of just being something that would be nice. Okay, so I'm prefacing this conversation about Emerald with this story because I think what happens to a lot of coaches when they come in here is they hear about those ranks and they get intimidated by them. And so it stays a thought in their mind of something so far away from them that they wish they could have. And they never get to the point of embodiment because they never allow themselves to really step into the certainty of their role as a coach or of their role as a leader or of their role as a business owner. So I'm sharing that because I want you to understand, like I'm having chills reading Shell's messages right now. It's like a feedback loop. I want you to understand that how you get to that next level in your business is via embodiment. It's not via more action, although action is a necessary component of getting embodied, because what I have noticed is when I take action, I get more confident because I start figuring out what's working and what's not working. Okay, I start figuring that out, so I start correcting course. But when I'm not taking action, when I'm not inviting, when I'm not following up, when I'm not tracking people or losing track of people, when I'm not stumbling, okay, I don't learn. So action is actually an essential part of getting to embodiment because it's what teaches you how something feels in your body. And every time I get the feedback from a coach, well, I just don't feel like a coach, it's because you're not coaching. That's why. You don't feel like a coach because you're not doing the business activity tracker. You don't feel like a coach, you're not doing this because you're not talking to people. You don't feel like a coach because you're not doing the job. If you did the job, you would feel like a coach. And what happens is a transference of energy. Christina Delgado started her call on the National Wake Up Call, a corporate training call, and the first words out of her mouth were energy. That was the first word out of her mouth. This business is about energy. It's a transference of energy. People don't buy shit from you because challenge packs are amazing. They are, but no one cares, really. They buy from you because of how you make them feel. How you make them feel when you talk to them, how you make them feel when they look at your stories, how you make them feel when they read your posts. Energy. Energy creates this business. Energy is going to rank advance you. Energy is going to get you to the next level in your business. And when you get there and you back the energy up with action, the world is yours. And I'm covered in chills. Literally, they're just coming down my body. Okay? This year of 2020, I'm going to get to the slides, but I need to preface this. I quit my job as a therapist in January. I retired from my field without having made up for the income that I had lost. I had no idea how I was going to afford all of the bills that I pay, the groceries that I pay, all the extra things that we have. We bought a more expensive house. All of our bills went up. Okay? I had no idea. But I had the energy. And I knew that I had finally let go of something that was draining me. And it was creating more stress than joy. It stopped being joyous for me. Okay? And as soon as I shifted my energy and I said, I'm all in right here, and I backed that up with massive action and showed up every day, did my invites, did my follow-ups, found the new people, started conversations, made sure my customers were doing well, checked in on the team, went above and beyond in my challenge groups. As soon as I started doing that, my business exploded. It exploded because my energy was fully there. And so was my action. Okay? So when you're dreaming of this next rank advancement, the first of which is Emerald, it's the very first rank advancement in this business, and it can be accomplished in 30 days, which I highly recommend that every new coach get there in 30 days. Okay? Totally doable. It's 20 invites. Statistically, 1 in 10 will say yes. Okay? When you're thinking about that next rank, understand if you haven't gotten there yet, it was only about energy. That's it. It was only because you were unable to embody a coach that had that experience. Okay? So it's not that you don't know enough. You don't need to do more research. You don't need to read more about Emerald. You don't need to know more about the business, more about the programs, more about... It's not that you need to know more. You don't. You don't need to know more. You need to embody more and then do more. That's how that works. Now, just doing more without embodiment is going to feel really hard. So don't fall into that trap. You got to work on the energy alignment and then you got to back that up with the action. Okay? That's how you create miracles, literally. All right? Okay, Kari is running an empty bod group. Let me tell you why that's so important, Kari. Because you're running one. Who gives a damn if there's no one in there right now? Okay? You know what I did my first several months? Okay? As a coach, I ran nobody attending Zooms. I talked to myself. I ran team calls when I had no team. Why? Because I wanted to embody the coach that had a team to talk to, like I'm talking to you guys now. I also ran empty groups, or maybe I had one person in that group who didn't engage, so it might as well have been empty because my one client wasn't doing anything. Okay? So that is the way you get though into... Your brain doesn't know the difference, Kari. Your brain doesn't know the bod group is full of people or bod group is not full of people. You know what the brain knows? Kari made a bod group and is running the bod group every single day. That's what brain knows. Okay? So, hold team calls by yourself. Get on Zoom, watch yourself, record yourself. Okay? Run empty bod groups. Run full bod groups. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Pretend you're lecturing a team. Whatever you gotta do, but you gotta embody. And then with that embodiment, go out there and start talking to people. So Abby, one of the things she does before she invites is she watches personal development. She goes into the Beachbody Champions page and watches a video of a coach to get hyped up, and then she goes out and does invites. Genius. Same idea. After this call, if you haven't worked your business hours, go invite, because you're going to have a fire under your ass. Tomorrow is our coach sneak peek. Tomorrow, 5 of us are going live on this YouTube channel and talking about the business. All you have to do is get people to that live stream. You don't even have to talk. You're not on the panel at all. Okay? And even the coaches that are talking about their own story. They're not even teaching on anything. They're just sharing their own experience. Okay? So don't end the night. Send 5 invites before you go to sleep to this coach sneak peek. You just never know. But you have to embody. Do whatever you need to do to embody. Okay? Now we're going to talk about the details of Emerald. But I want to explain to you, if you haven't hit this goal yet, that's why. And if you're brand new and you want to hit this goal, this is how. I'm explaining it to you, okay? I hit Emerald my first 3 weeks in this business. I also hit Success Club my first 3 weeks in this business. Why? Because my back was up against the wall. I needed something to change in my life. And I wanted to get that free damn ticket to Summit because I was cheap and I was not about to pay for a ticket to Summit. So I was like, I'm going to get there for free. So I earned Success Club my first 3 months and got my free ticket. Hit Emerald. And a few months after that, I hit Diamond. I've been at Diamond for almost 3 years, which is also really not common. Typically, latest someone will stay Diamond is a year before they rank Advanced. But I have had a lot of learning to do when it comes to leadership. And I have struggled to embody being a Star Diamond leader up until now. And that's my truth. I have struggled to embody being a Star Diamond leader up until now. And this year I have shown myself how to show up like a Star Diamond leader. In my own fitness, in my own nutrition, no longer making excuses for my lack of nutritional organization, no longer giving into habits that don't support my goals, no longer not showing up for my challenge groups 1,000%, no longer not showing up for my team 1,000%. I gave all that up because a Star Diamond coach would be doing everything I'm doing now. They would not be lackadaisical about their own fitness or their team or their customers, right? So as soon as I embodied that, guess what started happening? The team started growing, momentum started happening, all this stuff started happening, okay? So let's talk about some slides now. But I wanted to share my own story too, because you all have a journey, you guys, and it doesn't stop at Emerald. Emerald is just the tip of the iceberg. It is the tip of the iceberg. And guess what? Then you're going to go to Diamond. And you're going to get to Diamond and you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to Diamond. This is great. And then you're going to be like, now what? And when you get to Diamond, you're going to have to learn how to become a leader so that you can lead other Diamonds. And most of y'all don't know how to do that because you've never done it. Just like me, I've never been a Star Diamond coach. I've never sponsored a Diamond coach. So I've had to learn how to be a leader by watching people around me, and learning from National Wake Up Call and stuff like that. And it's taken me a while. It's my truth. It's taken me a while to commit to learning this. Don't be like me though. Commit early because you can get there faster than me. And that's my goal as a mentor, is to help make your journey easier than mine was, right? That is always the journey of the teacher. All right. So here is a graph of what Emerald is. Okay? This is it. It's really simple. It's not a super complicated graph. There's you. Okay? Emerald is associated obviously with the color green, so all of your materials that you're going to see about Emerald will look like this. And I want you to get familiar with your tree. This is also known as your downline. In this business, we have two parts of our business. We have one, which is our customer base, and one, which is our downline, our coach base. Some network marketing businesses, everybody ends up in the downline, not ours. So when you enroll customers, that is just your customer-client relationship. People have to sign up as a coach to be put in your downline. Your personally sponsored coaches, meaning those are the coaches that you bring to the business yourself and sponsor, your PS, they affect your rank. They contribute to your rank. The rest of the coaches who are not your personally sponsored contribute to your volume. So the whole team is really integral and matters a great deal, as you'll learn in a second. But I want you to understand there's a difference. PS coaches contribute to your rank. All coaches contribute to volume. Okay? You have two legs of your business that looks like a family tree, the left leg and the right leg. You can find this in your coach office under Monitor My Business, sponsorship, or a downline, and then you can look at the genealogy or sponsorship drill down, and you'll see the genealogy actually shows you the chart. Okay? When you have one coach sponsored on your left leg, active coach, meaning they are monthly moving through their business center 50 PV, and for example, Shakeology is 90 PV, so that would totally cover them. At least 50 PV of something that they use so they remain active. And you have another coach on your right side with the same active status. Mind you, these could just be two people who want a discount on Shakeology or a discount on whatever. We call those discount coaches. They don't have to be business builders. They just have to be active, okay? When you have one on either side, you go Emerald, okay? That's your first rank. I got to Emerald with my husband's account. I opened an account for my husband, which I totally recommend if you have a spouse to do that, because I earn income through his business center, and it's a powerful source of volume contribution. I put him on my weak leg, okay? So you're gonna have a strong leg and you're gonna have a weak leg in your business. For example, my strong leg is my right leg, meaning on that leg, my sponsor above me, which is Lauren Ricks, when she sponsors people and when her coaches sponsor, they show up in my downline, in my leg. So you might go to your genealogy and see coaches below you when you haven't sponsored anyone and go, what are these people doing here? That's the beauty of this business and the way it's structured. That's called Team Cycle Bonus, and I'll explain that in a second. But you will have people placed underneath you to help you build volume on one of your legs. The leg in your business that has already volume accruing, that is called your strong leg. And you are being helped to build that leg by your sponsor and by your teammates, okay? Your weak leg is the leg you are building all on your own. It's the leg that has no volume and you've had to build from the ground up. So like for me, my left leg was my weak leg, so I placed my husband on that leg so that I could build his account and grow my volume. And then my right leg was already strong. So right now, for the first time, they're pretty balanced in volume as far as the volume that I'm accruing. But typically it was always my right leg was very dominant and my left leg was not. So you want to get them as close to equal as possible. We'll talk about why in a second. One on the left, one on the right. You go Emerald. Are there any questions about this right now before we move on? Please let me know. Something else. Take notes if you need to take notes. When you sign someone up, you have 5 days from their sign up to move them from one leg to the other, okay? Or to switch them sponsors. So let's say, for example, I signed someone up under my business center, but I was like, you know what? I really need them under Jay's business center, my husband. I have 5 days to move that coach over there so they can be put under Jay's business center, okay? Let's say you forget to send, there's a thing in your coach office that's called automatic placement where you can set a default, like please place coaches automatically on my left or place coaches automatically on my right, okay? So I tend to change that. Like right now I'm automatically putting them on my left to build there, and then I'm gonna switch it to my right for the next couple, and so on and so forth. Now, let's say you forget and you enroll 2 people and they both end up on the right side. You have 5 days from enrollment to move someone. After that, they're where they are, and you cannot move them in your downline, okay? Just want to share that. Any questions? I don't see any. Okay. Next slide. So why Emerald? Why is Emerald significant? There's a couple reasons why Emerald matters so much. The first one is that it unlocks Team Cycle Bonus, okay, at $14 a cycle. I have a short video I'm about to show you talking about Team Cycle Bonus so you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. But Team Cycle Bonus is the passive income part of our business. So as business owners, we earn income, commission, sales. We also earn a Fast Start bonus and a Fast Start Plus bonus. You'll notice that when you look at your commission thing on your coach office. Those are bonuses for momentum. When you sign up a certain number of coaches or a certain number of customers in a 5-week period, you'll get $100, $50, depending. But Team Cycle Bonus is what you want to be earning the majority of your income on. Can you run this business just commission-based? Yes. It will be exhausting for you because sales will have to become your top priority versus mentorship and support. And if you're on this team, I know that you want to coach and mentor people. You don't want to be a salesperson 24/7, right? So don't do that. Don't make this business just a sales job. Grow your team cycle so that you can spend more of your time mentoring and coaching versus selling, okay? Ideally, you want to get a point in your income where your team cycle bonus is out earning your commission. That's what you want. That's when you know you're seeing great success in the business, okay? Sable. Yes, don't be like me and have all your coaches on the same leg. True. I'm going to share her comment on screen. So, team cycle bonus is important. We'll talk about that in a minute. Passive income is a beautiful part of this business, and it works beautifully. The second part is momentum and social proof. So when you hit Emerald, you are now a lifetime Emerald. So even if you temporarily drop because someone goes inactive, you are considered a lifetime Emerald. That builds your momentum in your business. It shows your brain that you achieved something and you can achieve it again because you've already done it. Okay? And it builds social proof around you because guess what? You're going to get shouted out by me and tagged by me. You're going to get put in my stories. You're going to share it in your stories. You're probably going to make a post about it celebrating something that you've done that's really exciting. The team is going to rally around you. We're going to support you in the team group. We're going to support you in the Voxer and celebrate you. So it amps up your energy and it gives social proof to your community that you are growing something and that people want to be a part of what you're growing. So this creates it's a vibe that this creates around your whole business that is really significant. The other thing it unlocks is access to Beachbody leads while you're also hitting Success Club. So if you're a coach right now, you're hitting Success Club like Shell, who hit Success Club 24 her first week in this business. That's awesome. You're not going to get Beachbody leads because you're not an Emerald coach yet. Okay? So when you go Emerald and you hit Success Club 5 and above, Beachbody will start giving you free leads. I just sent an email out to all of my leads this month. Beachbody gave me 10 new customers in July. And before that, during the quarantine times, I was getting 40, 50, 60 a month. Okay? Because everybody was going online. So I have hundreds of Beachbody leads. Active right now in my bod group, I have 2 girls that I've never met in person who were Beachbody leads that I emailed and decided to join my MBF group and bought challenge packs from me. I don't know these girls. They came from Beachbody, okay? That's really significant. That's really significant. Not to mention when you hit Success Club 10 and above, you get Shakeology leads. These are people who bought Shakeology from the website. They get put under you, and then when they keep ordering, guess who's going to earn that income? At 40%. You. Okay? So, really significant. You want to be an Emerald coach, and you want to hit Success Club because you want free customers. Shell's like, not yet. Yeah, girl. I see you. I see you being Emerald the next week. I see you. Okay? And the final thing it does is it begins your own team. Once you're an Emerald coach, you have a team, you have people, right? And so you're always going to be a part of Meta Movement, of course, because we are Meta Movement. That is who we are. But then you begin to grow your own downline, your own community of people, and that's so exciting. That's exciting to be a leader in that capacity and to be able to mentor people in that capacity and to pass down everything you're learning from me, from Sable, from whoever's your coach, and give it to your coaches. It gives you this sense of legacy. This is really where the sense of legacy begins because it stops being just about you and what you can do in your business, and it starts being about what you are helping other people do with their business. That's exciting. That's really significant in this business. Any questions about any of those things? And again, we're about to watch a video on Team Cycle Bonus, so that will give you more clarity. Questions? I don't see any. All right, let's watch Michael Neiman be super silly, but he's so funny and he does a great job.
You know, a lot of people think that earning Team Cycle Bonus is some very complicated calculation. It's really not. It's actually pretty simple. As a matter of fact, I'm going to explain to you exactly how it works using my kids' toys from when they were little. Okay, so here's how it works. To qualify for Team Cycle Bonus, it means you first have to become an Emerald coach. How do you do that? Well, you have to be active and you have to enroll one new coach. We'll use wrestling great Jimmy Superfly Snuka on my left side, and we'll enroll another coach on my right side. We'll use Mega Robot Guy. And once you've enrolled 2 active coaches, 1 on your left side, 1 on your right side, you are an Emerald coach. And you've activated your business center. What does that mean when you've activated your business center? Well, basically, it means that you open 2 bank accounts that collect team volume. Now, I have my left bank account headed by Jimmy Superfly Snuka and my right bank account headed by Mega Robot Guy. And now, as you enroll new coaches, you start to build your team. Guess what? I just enrolled Mr. Monkey, and I'm gonna put him right here under Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And guess what? Mega Robot Guy just told me that he found an astronaut to join him on his team. And you know what? The astronaut happens to know Lizard Man and put him on his team. And hey, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, he is on fire. He just found this odd yellow armadillo and this ornery cougar, and the ornery cougar happened to know Mousy, who joined them on their team. But wait, Mega Robot Guy here, he just found this green guy. We don't know his name, but you know what? Who cares? He's doing a challenge group. And the green guy, he just brought in some kind of weird cat. And back on Superfly's side, Mousy brought in Mad Turtle and T-Rex, and the team just keeps building. So, what happens now? Well, as this organization grows, every time someone does a challenge group or sells a challenge pack or another product or buys something, they create team volume. And the team volume from each one of these purchases all roll up into your banks. So, let's imagine that every one of these guys happens to sell Shakeology. So each of them have 90 team volume points associated with them. So let's look here at the Robot Guys team. We've got 20 coaches times 90 team volume points. That's 1,800 points in my right bank. And over here on Jimmy Superfly Snuka's side, he has 10 coaches times 90 volume points from Shakeology, so that's 900 points on my left bank. Oh, wait a minute. What's that, Superfly? Really? Wow! Superfly just said that in addition to their own Shakeology HD orders, everyone on his side sold 3 Insanity Challenge packs, so each of them are producing 300 points. 10 times 300 is 3,000 team volume points. Fantastic job, guys. Robot Guy, you guys better get to work. Now, the week ends and you want to know how much team cycle bonus you earn. Well, here's how we figure it out. You earn 1 team cycle for every balanced 300 team volume points in your bank. That means we're going to subtract 200 from the side that has the most team volume,
Strong
and
leg.
100 from the other side.
Weak leg.
And every time we can do that with the balance that's left in your team volume account, you earn a cycle. So let's go back. I have 3,000 on Jimmy Superfly Snuka's side and 1,800 on the Robot Guy side. So Jimmy Superfly Snuka's side has more volume, so I'm going to subtract 200 from that side and 100 from Robot Guy's side. Okay, let's do the math. 3,000 minus 200 is going to leave me with 2,800 points. And 1,800 minus 100 on the other side leaves me with 1,700 points on my right side. So that's 1 cycle. All right, let's see if we can do it again. I subtract 200 from the side with the most team volume, so that's 2,800 minus 200, which leaves me a balance of 2,600 on that side. On Robot Guy's side, I subtract 100, which leaves me a balance of 1,600 on that side. You have just cycled twice, so much fun. And we just keep going until we run out of team volume. So, can I do it again? Yes, that's 3 cycles. Can I do it again? That's 4 cycles. And again, 5 cycles. And again, 6 cycles. And again, 7 cycles. And again, 8 cycles. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. That's 15 cycles. Uh-oh. I just ran out of team volume on Superfly's side. Oh well, I still cycled 15 times. Now, how much is that worth? Well, if I'm an Emerald coach, I make $14 for every cycle. So I would have earned $210. And if you're a Ruby coach, you would earn $16 per cycle. So that would be $240. And if you are a Diamond coach, you would earn $18 per cycle. That's $270. And I still have 300 points in my right bank. And that will stay in my bank and roll over to the next week as long as I stay active. Now, if I go inactive, it all goes away and I gotta start all over again from scratch. So that's how it works. Now, I've gotta get back to work. Superfly, you're in. Astronaut Guy, you're in.
He's so silly. I love him. All right. Do you guys have any questions about how that works? That's such a short, really good video that talks about how Team Cycle works. This gets calculated every week. So your volume accrues for the week, and then they pull cycles. They'll say how many points from here, how many times can we make 300? That's how many cycles you get, multiplied by whatever rank you are. So from Diamond to Star Diamond, it stays the same. It's 18. That doesn't change. But then you start getting quarterly bonuses as a Star Diamond coach. So that's a different thing. But this is how Team Cycle works. And the other part of Team Cycle that's really amazing is like all those coaches that are being added underneath you that you don't know, that you didn't sponsor, their volume is rolling up and coming into your business center as well. So we are essentially all helping each other build volume because that's why they call it Team Cycle, because it is cycling through the entire team. And so you're not the only one who's building your volume. Like you are being supported by your sponsor and all the people that your sponsor is bringing on as well. Does that make sense? Now there's a limit to how much Team Cycle bonus you can earn. So for example, if you're an Emerald coach, the max that you could earn a week in bonus, I want to say it's 200 to 500. I'll have to check on those numbers because I do not remember. It's been a long time since I was Emerald coach. I want to say it's 200 to 500 is where you will stay. So that means, let's say your team is growing like crazy and you're accruing all of this volume, but your rank hasn't changed, you won't get that extra volume. They will cap you out. I think it's $250 a week. They will cap you out at $250 a week. As a Ruby coach, I think you cap out at $500 a week. As a Diamond coach, you cap out at $2,000 a week. You will not earn more than $2,000 a week in Team Cycle bonus, even if you're accruing all that volume. So that's when it becomes essential to rank up and like move on so that you can access more and more. Any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. And when I was a new coach, this was really crazy. So I would just like to know if you guys are confused, because I was confused. Okay, I don't see any questions. Wow, you guys are smarter than I was, that's for sure. I was slow. Okay. So by when? And I'm sharing this not just for you guys who have watched me talk about Emerald a bunch of times, but for your coaches to let them know what the expectation is, okay? Emerald ideally is hit within the first month of the business. Okay, right now you can collect team cups for ranking up. So when you rank up, you'll get team cup points if you're in a team cup. A reasonable time for hitting this rank is in your first 30 days. Statistically, 1 in 10 prospects will say yes. So that means inviting at least 20 prospects to the business opportunity. The easiest way to do that is to make a list so you know exactly who you want to talk to. I don't believe in inviting random people, especially up front. If you have a warm market, really sit and talk to who you really feel would be a great match for this business. Like, take some time to think about who would be a great match for this business. Make out a list and then go and invite those people. And it can be as simple as, hey, I just started Beachbody coaching. I'm already loving this experience. I thought of you. I think you would be really amazing at this. Have you ever considered it? Such a simple invitation. Doesn't take a lot except the courage to send it, right? It's just simple. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Remember that. The right person will always be curious or will always say yes if they are the right person for you and your organization. So finally, what comes after Emerald? So he mentioned some of the things that comes after Emerald, but I want to outline them for you. So Ruby is a rank that we don't talk about a lot because people usually hit Emerald and then they just Emerald their way, Emerald again, and then they end up Diamond. Like they seem to just go in that direction. But I did hit Emerald and Diamond at the same time. So when they sent me my recognition in the mail, they sent me like both things at the same time, which was I thought was really comical. So Ruby, so you saw the Emerald map is 1 on each side. Ruby is 4, 2 on each side, and 1 Emerald on either side. Okay, what happens when you hit Ruby is that your team cycle bonus goes up to $16 a cycle, which he talked about in the video, and you unlock something called matching bonus. So what a matching bonus is as follows. Once you have an Emerald on either side, which is what you need to become a Ruby, those Emeralds will also start cycling and earning team cycle bonus. So let's say let me get the math on this correctly because I'm not good with numbers. That's why I have a calculator. So, okay. So let's say that the Emerald on your left earned a team cycle bonus of $100. Like they earned a team cycle bonus of $100. You as a Ruby coach will earn 5% of whatever their team cycle bonus was. So if they got $100, you're going to get $5 as a matching bonus just because your coach hit $100. Not $5 from their $100. You're going to get your own $5. They're going to get their own $100. Company just bonuses you for leadership, okay? Doesn't seem like much, but when you have 200 Emerald coaches in your organization or above, Diamond, Star Diamond, and they are bonusing, those matching bonuses, they grow, okay? So that's the first time you start to get a matching bonus is with Ruby. As a Diamond coach, you have 8 personally sponsored. That's 4 on each leg. So instead of Emerald being 1, Ruby is 2, Diamond is 4. And they're active, and you have an Emerald on each side. Then you go Diamond. This increases your team cycle bonus to $18 a cycle, and it increases your matching bonus from 5% to 10%. So now for that same $100 that your coach is earning as an Emerald, Diamond, whatever, you are earning 10. Okay, so again, imagine you have an organization with 10 Emeralds, 2 Diamonds. They're all earning team cycle bonus. So you are receiving a matching bonus consistently on top of your own team cycle bonus, on top of your own commissions, on top of your Fast Start bonus, your Fast Start Plus bonus. Okay. That's why it's so easy to earn income quickly in this business because they give you so many different ways for you to be able to earn the income. But this is the trajectory. The next step is then Star Diamond. And we count Star Diamond 1 to 15, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. These are counted as personally sponsored coaches in your organization that have attained the rank of Diamond. So every time one of your own coaches goes Diamond, you are a 1 star. You have 2 that go Diamond, you're 2 star, 3 star, and so on. Now, once you hit 2 star and above, you earn an additional way of earning income called a quarterly bonus. So every quarter, Beachbody does their profits. They get their profits and they split it amongst qualifying coaches. So these numbers are outdated, but this is when I first joined, these are the numbers that were given to me. So for example, as a 2-star Diamond coach, every quarter you could earn an additional $2,500 on your check. Just every 3 months, 4 months, just because, okay? As a 5-star Diamond coach, you would be earning, I want to say it's $7,500 every quarter as a 5-star Diamond coach, plus the 2-star Diamond bonus. So you earn your 5-star, $7,500, plus the 2-star, which is $2,500. Okay, so you're now talking upwards of $10,000 per quarter. As a 10-star Diamond coach, you're earning between $15,000-$20,000 per quarter, plus all the lower bonuses, and then as a 15 Superstar Diamond above, it can go up to as much as $40,000. Big numbers, okay? This is what happens when you go up in Star Diamond. So this a little outline, just a little roadmap of what your next steps look like. And honestly, you get to Ruby by repeating Emerald. You get to Diamond by repeating Emerald a couple more times. And you get to Star Diamond by teaching your coaches to repeat their Emerald until they get to Diamond. Like, essentially, that's how you get there. You get to Diamond 2 coaches at a time. You get your own coaches to Diamond 2 coaches at a time. And if you can just replicate that and they can teach their coaches to replicate that mentality, it makes it very easy to envision. It makes it a simple process, and that is how you duplicate the team. So that's it for slides. I don't have any more slides, but I do want to answer questions. So please ask me. Yes, so there are 4 quarters in a year. It's every 3 months. Yep. So every 3 months, on top of your normal paycheck, whatever you're earning, whatever your commission is, whatever your team cycle is, matching bonuses, whatever your fast start, all of that is, you're still going to get your normal paychecks every week. We get paid every week, every Thursday. So make sure in your coach office you have set up your automatic deposit. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting on a check. Automatic deposit means every Thursday morning that money is in your account. Yeah, so on top of what you normally receive, every 3 months you would be getting $2,500, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000. Like, that's crazy. It sounds like Monopoly money. Keith Callahan talks about it being Monopoly money, and that's exactly what it is. So it feels like. But I also love that Beachbody splits its profits and that they use that as an incentive to give back to their coaches. I think that says a lot about them as a company versus holding on to their profits, because they are a multi-billion-dollar company and they definitely don't need to do that, but they do. So. And again, yeah, they split their profits, which is so incredibly generous. The first time I learned that, plus all the things they donate to, like they're involved in like rainforest restoration and a bunch of stuff like that. But when I learned that they actually split their profits, I was like, whoa, what company does that? Like, what company can you really say does that? Fucking none of them. It's crazy. Yeah, they're extremely generous as a company. Very, very generous. Yep. So your next step is Emerald. Now you see, I've given you the short-term vision, but I also wanted you to get the long-term vision so you can see what's possible for you. Like, you can create anything you want. And if you don't want that long-term vision, you can also create a short-term one and stay there. You know, like, this is whatever you want to do with it. I had a long-term vision immediately. So I was like, that's what I want to do. And immediately, essentially in the beginning, I was motivated by the income. I was really motivated by like, oh my God, look at all the stuff that we could do and get rid of and create, you know? But then I started realizing like what was happening to my coaches who were earning money and what that was affording them. And I was like, that motivates me to work harder. Because if I can get not just myself, but 15, 20, 30, 45 women financially independent, 100 women, 1,000 women, financially independent and healthy, like, God, that's the dream. That's the dream, to get women healthy, empowered, and financially free. Are you kidding? Yeah, thanks. Yes, people do sign their husbands up. So what I did with my husband is I have him on my weak leg. I'm about to share something else that's important about 2-star diamond rank, but I signed him up. Essentially, it gives me a second business center. He uses all of our products. Literally, he has every single one of them on Home Direct. Like, I looked at his orders and I was like, yo, you use everything we have. He's like, everything. Hydrate, Power Green, Shakeology. He's such a fan. So he's just like, I want the discount. Right now, he doesn't want to work the business. This is a long-term vision of his, though. Recently, he's been talking about working the business. But right now, I'm the one that's doing the work and growing that business center, right? So I signed him up. He wanted the discount. I'm working that business center. And his income, so the bank account I set up for him was mine, because I'm the one earning the income for that business, right? Eventually it would be his once he decides to take over and like earn that income. So when we file taxes, because again, this is a real business, you do file taxes under direct marketing. We file jointly, but he has his own business expenses. So for example, all of the product he uses, all the product that you use is considered a marketing expense. It's considered advertising, okay? All of your Shakeology, all of your Energize. Why? Because you're using it to promote a business. You're using it, you're showing it, you're talking about it. It counts as a marketing expense. So all of his product use counts as a marketing expense. He gets his own Schedule C. I get my own Schedule C, and that's how we do that. But you can also sign up your mom, your best friend, your cousin, anybody who wants a discount on Shakeology or on anything. I went for them like immediately. No, we share BOD. We share Beachbody On Demand because we don't work out at the same time. We have completely different schedules. So we share our BOD. He just has his own products because I was not about to share mine. So he orders all his own products and that keeps him active, right? Plus he has coaches now, like Shell's under his account, is under that. Susie, Kari, Beth, you guys are all under his account as well. I have one discount coach on there who's an older gentleman who's a client of mine who just loves Shakeology. He's on there. Yep. Yeah. Angel, that's great advice. Here's the thing. For any of you who want to get your spouse on board, listen to me right now. Listen to me. Especially if your spouse is a man. If your spouse is not a man, this is different. But if your spouse is a man, male, masculine energy, listen to me. Make money. Make money. That's simple. If you can show them a paycheck that's several $100s in a week, they'll back you up. They sure will. Because men are motivated by that tangible thing. So initially, my husband was really happy for me because I had community and he saw how that affected my mental health. But after a while, it really became about, was I bringing in the income? Could I pay our bills? That was what's going to be it. If I could pay our bills or get rid of some of our debt or contribute in some tangible physical way, he was in. And when I won my Success Club trip to Mexico, this really did it, y'all. You want to impress your partner? Win that Success Club trip. Because I took his ass to Mexico. He didn't have to pay for shit. I took his ass to Riviera Maya at a 5-star resort. I had never stayed at a 5-star resort in my life. All inclusive, okay? When we walked into those doors and it was Beachbody banners and a DJ and platters of food and waiters handing you Shakeology on silver platters, literally. And like, it was like a dream. He couldn't believe his eyes. He was like, this is Beachbody? Like, this is your job? I was like, yeah, I earned this trip. He was floored. We got to work out every morning with the Super Trainers live. We got free Shakeology handed to us. He drank like 3. He's obsessed with it. He loved it. It blew his mind. It paid for a vacation. We had never had a vacation alone after kids. Like, never. You know? So really think about the things that would motivate them and gun for them. Decide that you are going to blow their mind. Decide. I'm going to blow this dude's mind. He's going to fall to the ground when he realizes what I have done with this business. Okay? That's how you get them on board. Show them it's tangible. Show them it's real. They will support you. That's what gets them there. Make sense? I learned that with my husband. I swear to God, when I took him to Mexico, his jaw just about dropped on the floor. I wish I would have recorded his expressions. It was worth it. But yeah, I signed up friends, cousins, anybody, best friends. I didn't even invite Sable. Sable invited herself. Don't do what I did. Invite your best friend. She was the one like, what are you doing? I want to do that too. And then she signed herself up, which, lesson learned. Should have invited her early, but. Any questions on anything that I'm saying? Things like, how do I get my spouse on board? Or anything like that. Like, this is This is huge. This opportunity right now, it might feel this big, but if there's something in your heart that says, I can take this someplace, and I have chills saying this, I can take this someplace and I can make this huge, then really tend to that. Tend to that feeling, tend to that message in your soul, and understand that you were put here by divine appointment. You were put on this team by divine appointment. This was not a coincidence. This was not random. You were given this opportunity, as was I, very deliberately, to do something magnificent with. I'm going to share a story to close, since we don't have any questions. I joined in April of 2016. My son was 4 months old. I know there's something in your heart, Shell. You know how I know there's something in your heart? Because you ran out of that gate. You exploded. And that's how I know. I recognize that, because that was me. I ran immediately. I joined April of 2016. I did really well my first 6 months, and then I burnt out. I was exhausted. I was going back to massage. I was trying to run this business. I had a baby. I had postpartum depression. It was really bad. From 6 months to, so that was mid 2016 to 2018, I struggled hard. I tried so hard to keep it together, but I was struggling. I mean, waking up was hard, moving my body was hard, encouraging my team was hard. I just wanted to disappear. I felt so undeserving. I felt so incapable of being responsible for a team. I felt like I was failing everything in my life, and that's not, I'm gonna cry. That's not even an exaggeration. I felt like I was letting down my team, my customers, my family, everything, my body. By the end of 2017, I had decided I was going to quit. Yes. My body, I was heavy again. I had gained weight, and I didn't want to talk about it, and I didn't want to let anybody know. I was eating my feelings. I was being disingenuous about that because I didn't want to tell myself the truth. Okay? I said to myself, all right, beginning of January is the last Super Weekend that I'm going to attend. Super Weekend is a quarterly event. So Summit is our yearly event. Super Weekend is our quarterly event, and it's local. So you can check in your area when the next Super Weekend is, after the whole COVID thing, and you can attend. And it's kind of like a mini summit. And Atlanta had great ones, so I was like, I'm going to go to this Super Weekend, and it's going to be my very last one. I'll never forget. It was January 6th of 2018. I even remember the day. And it was one of our mutual friends' birthday party, and my husband was off that day. It was a Saturday. And getting a Saturday off was really hard because I was still working massage, and my boss never wanted to give me a Saturday off. But it was always on Saturdays from 9 to 2, and I was very committed to being there. So I had fought for my Saturday. My husband was like, are you sure you don't want to just go to this birthday party? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, no, you know what? You take Santi. He was still really little. You go. I'm going to go to this last event. Just so happens when I go to this last event that John Congdon, I can never say his name right, is there. You guys don't know who this is because he's never in front of the camera. Carl Deichler is. But John and Carl founded Beachbody, essentially. It's called $1 Million Body originally. He was there. He was our guest speaker. And he goes to set up to take pictures with people like coaches, because everybody there is a coach or a guest of a coach. And all of a sudden I end up at the front of that line. I didn't even want to take a picture with the guy. I didn't even recognize him. And he just pulls me into this picture. And he looks tired. He's a new dad, I learn later. And he goes, hi, what's your name? And I go, Shakti. And he goes, so nice to meet you. Oh, I'm going to start crying. He shook my hand and he took a picture with me. And it was a really genuine, so nice to meet you. He leaned into me. He's a very tall man. Looked at me. Wanted to remember my face, my name. I could tell. And he did that with every coach whose picture he took afterwards. Then after that, we went and we sat in an auditorium and he spoke. And he talked about being a brand new dad in his 40s, exhausted, not sleeping. He didn't even know if he was going to be able to make it to this event, but he felt a calling to show up to this event. As soon as those words left his mouth, I was like, that's what I said. And he talked about how much this community meant to him and how when he started, he never imagined that it would have the impact that it had on the world and on fitness. And to see what it has done, it what it has continued to create, has been like the greatest blessing of his life. And as he spoke, I could see the coaches around me getting teary-eyed. And just listening to him and feeling the energy of everybody who was in there, all coaches helping each other, high-fiving each other, supporting each other, teams together, I remembered why I started this whole thing. And then we did our group workout. We went to the gym, the area we had a gym, and someone led a group workout and we started working out. And at that point, you guys, I was so out of shape. My body was wrecked. I could not keep up at all. And ADD Obsession was about to launch, and we were doing one of the workouts from ADD Obsession, one of our cardio workouts. And I'll never forget, I was on the gym floor doing mountain climbers, which were so fucking hard for me. They're still hard for me, but back then it was nearly impossible. And I was struggling so hard even stepping them, and I started to cry. And I just broke down, feeling so defeated. And in that moment, in that defeat, I heard the voice. And I don't know if you guys have been fortunate enough to have the word of God, the voice of God, speak to you directly. There's only been 2 times in my life where I have heard the voice, but this was one of them. And the voice said to me, "This was the business you prayed for. What are you going to do with it?" And after I heard that, I saw image after image in my mind of all the times from the time I was 21 and opened my first business that I prayed for a business to serve others, to leave a legacy, to give impact, to have time freedom, to be home with my son, to be full-time family. I heard and I saw all of those memories back to back to back. And I got up from that floor and I finished that workout in tears. And I went home and I committed to 80-day obsession. And I crushed 80-day obsession whole way through. And my business exploded in 2018 and I earned that cruise. Not only did I earn the cruise, I got a bonus cash to spend on that cruise because of that moment. And I knew I could never walk away and leave my team and leave my customers because this was the business I prayed for. This was it. And what I was doing was I was getting in my way and with all of my excuses and all the reasons I thought were valid, but it was really just fear and ego. That was the moment when I really birthed this business. It wasn't in 2016 when I said, yes, that was my sign-up date. But I gave birth to this business January of 2018. And even though it's been hard since, I never let it go. Even though I had a massage practice and I had a private coaching business and I had people telling me you should just drop that and you should keep doing this. I was like, no, I'm not going to drop this. This is not going to go away. God put me here. I share this because God put you here too. And maybe you haven't heard the voice yet and you haven't had that moment. But I guarantee if you pray enough, you will. Because I don't believe in coincidences and I don't believe in random appointments. I believe in divine appointment. Okay? So, do not let your ego and your fear get in the way of your God-given mission to be a woman of impact in the world. Do not let yourself become more important than that mission. Yourself, small s, not capital S. Small ego self. Okay? That story, I will never forget that for as long as I live. It's probably one of the most meaningful things that has ever happened to me. And every time that things get hard and I don't want to do something, I remember that day on my knees on that gym floor. I can still smell that room. And I remember, this was the business that you prayed for. What are you going to do with it? So, I leave that with you. This is the business, whether you know it or not, that you prayed for. So what are you going to do with it? Happy Team Cup. I will see you guys next week.